Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Friday, the 21st of June, 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed up 0.3% today to 7,796 points. For the week, the bourse was up 1%. Generally today, the banks were flat or a touch lower, with the exception of Macquarie Group, which jumped 1%. The best performers among the top stocks included Cochlear, REA Group, QBE, Woodside, Santos and Woolies. James Hardie Industries ended sharply lower, while Fortescue Metals was off more than 1%. Transurban and Coles also went backwards. Commonwealth Bank's share price hit a new record this morning at $128.25 a share before falling back just a touch. It's now just a slither, well, a $4 billion slither, below the value of BHP. Not that long ago, BHP was around 25% bigger than Commonwealth Bank, but the miner's share price is down 15% this year, while Commonwealth Bank's up 12%. BHP is now valued at $217 billion, Commonwealth Bank $213 billion. Story number 2, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has acknowledged the East Coast needs more gas after the energy market watchdog warned yesterday that the current East Coast cold snap, coinciding with low wind power generation, was threatening to trigger a shortfall. The Australian energy market operator said the threat of gas supplies running short extends from New South Wales to Victoria, South Australia, Tasmania and the ACT, and could last until September, following repeated supply warnings from producers and gas users. Mr Albanese this morning told ABC Radio that there needs to be more gas supply. He also said it isn't the first winter in which the operator has warned of a gas shortage. Story number 3, an Australian is among hundreds of people who died during the Hajj pilgrimage in Mecca after intense heat enveloped Islam's holiest sites in Saudi Arabia. The Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade confirmed it was providing consular assistance to the pilgrim's family, but was unable to provide further details due to privacy obligations. According to AAP, about 550 people are estimated to have died during the 5-day pilgrimage after temperatures reached 47 degrees in Mecca. Every year, roughly 2 million Muslims perform the Hajj, and deaths have previously occurred due to stampedes or epidemics. Many of the faithful also save for their entire lives to do the pilgrimage. As a result, they're quite elderly or have pre-existing health conditions when they do it, so are more susceptible to some of the outbreaks and the danger involved in it. Story number 4, plenty going on in the retail sector of the share market after Guzman y Gomez's float yesterday. Its listing price was $22, surged 36% on day one to finish at $30. Today, profit taker stepped in. Stock closed down 4%. It'll take a few weeks, maybe months, for the market to find a stable price for that stock. Mosaic Brands, which owns Autograph, Nonny B, Rockmans, Rivers and Millers, today said it expects a loss this financial year. It blamed inventory and logistical problems. Its share price finished 12% lower. It's down about 24% this year. Also today, KMD Brands, owner of Kathmandu and Rip Curl, warned of weaker sales this financial year as rising living costs hits consumers. Its share price fell 8% today. It's off nearly 50% so far this year. And story number 5, the Bank of England kept interest rates at 16-year highs overnight, even though inflation has returned to its 2% target. The central bank said that higher rates were working and cooling the labour market and reducing price pressures, but they want to keep rates high until they're sure inflation has been beaten. It was a bit of a surprise, particularly after the European Central Bank cut rates earlier in the month, as did the Bank of Canada. The Swiss Central Bank also cut rates overnight. The US Federal Reserve has indicated it will cut rates later in the year. In the US, Wall Street closed near record levels, though some of the big tech stocks paired recent gains. In economic news, applications for unemployment benefits in the US pulled back from a 10-month high last week. That's it for the afternoon report for Friday, the 21st of June, 2024. Michael Thompson, Adam Lang and I will be back tomorrow morning with the weekend edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.